Well, in the springtime, I guess we all like to get out. We're going to spend a few minutes talking about the safety of getting out. I'm not sure that's really a problem for you, but it might be for some. Our guest is Natalie McFarland, who is a dementia care educator with Sycamore Village. Natalie, good to have you here again.
Thank you, Norm.
You know, I said getting out isn't a problem for many of us, but people who have, for example, Alzheimer's or other dementia, is it a problem for them?
It is, yeah, especially with the warmer weather, wanting to get outside. I wanted to talk today about different safety tips when you're taking care of somebody with Alzheimer's at home. Elopement is a huge risk that you want to think about.
Is that what you called it, elopement?
Yeah, elopement risk.
Running away.
Yeah, it happens
Okay.
more than you would
but
think.
they don't see it that way.
No.
They
no.
just see it as getting out.
Right, right.
Yeah.
So
what's the problem with it?
Well, there's so many risks to it, especially if they get out and drive a car. We've heard several stories, people going the wrong way down the interstate or getting lost.
Yeah.
So there's ways to prevent it, and you want to put locks on your doors in addition to the ones you already have, but put them up high so that they're out of sight to the person with Alzheimer's.
So they wouldn't be looking for them. So that if it's in the usual place, they'll see
right.
it. So it has to be a little different spot.
Right, right.
So you need an additional lock. Really? Okay.
To help prevent them from getting out. Yeah, you can do other things, use monitoring devices, the same as you would buy for an infant.
Yeah, okay.
That helps a lot through the night if they're trying to get out through the night. And then just putting alarms on your doors, even like a bell or anything that will alarm when the door is open.
But that's when you're there.
That's when you're there.
Yeah,
yeah
there is a problem when you're not there.
It is. So you want to think about if they do get out, you want to have a recent photo ID or picture of them on file at your local police department.
Really?
Yeah, just to be on the safe side.
Wow.
And you also want to make sure that they're always identifiable. So having their name in their clothing or wearing an ID bracelet.
Kind of like when you sent kids to camp.
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Put their clothing, marking and something inside. Okay, so there are things that if you're keeping someone at home with that problem that you can do.
Yeah, yes.
What, you mentioned locks. Do you put locks on other things that around the house?
Yeah, you always want to think about, you want to address the things that, foremost, you want to address the things that can cause harm to the person with Alzheimer's and to other people. So you want to lock up any potential hazards like medications, any chemicals, cleaning supplies, flammable products, lock them all up, guns, weapons, power tools. Yeah, things that you might not think about, but for someone with Alzheimer's.
Most of us take some medicines.
Right.
And they're relatively, we want them where they're easy to get to. And you're saying if someone has this problem, you need to be a little more careful with it.
Yeah, there's always stories that you hear about over-medicating, taking someone else's medications, and those can cause a lot of harm to the person.
We talked about locking doors. I don't guess you have to lock windows, do you?
Yes.
You do?
Yeah. You want to put locks on any type of exit from the house.
Okay. So we've talked about those kinds. Are there other safety issues that are involved?
Yeah, just the general ones too. Somebody with Alzheimer's is at higher risk for falling. So just having handrails through the house, you want to make sure you have at least one handrail on each set of stairs that you have. And it helps to have them in the bathrooms as well. That's a common place for falls to occur.
In the tub, shower, that kind of
thing.
Yeah,
anywhere that they're going to have to get up or step over something.
That's a question I have. You said one handrail on the stairs. Is two better than one, or is one?
Yeah, two, of course, is better than one.
Okay.
But I would recommend at least one. A lot of the older homes don't have a handrail with the steeper stairs, and that's
they
dangerous.
Probably don't have much room for one sometimes. So there are some problems in terms of what you have to do within your household in order for so what else? Anything else that we should
getting rid of unnecessary clutter. Again, looking at falls, you want to get rid of rugs that are lying around the home, extension cords.
Kind that slip?
Yes.
That you're always slipping over?
Yeah, or tripping over.
Okay.
You also want to think about fire safety. That's a huge one. I hear stories all the time about people being left home alone and leaving the stove on. You can just think of it as child-proofing your home. So putting safety knobs on the stove or taking the knobs off altogether until you actually have to use the stove. People
What's a
do that a
safety
lot.
knob on a stove?
A safety knob, you can just buy them at a general store. It's just like I said, child-proofing your home. And
it
I've
fits
seen
over
different
the
kinds.
existing knob?
It either fits over it or fits behind it, and you can take it off when you go to use the knob.
Okay, so when you want to use it, you can do it.
Yeah.
But it creates a different set of circumstances for a person who's suffering with Alzheimer's.
Does. As they advance in the disease, they have more difficulty with that step processing thinking. So yeah, it is more difficult for them to figure those safety.
You know, I keep thinking that we've outlined some, maybe not all of the problems that deal with safety in the home. Now, how do you at Sycamore Village, how do you deal with those difficulties?
We're under a set of regulations because we specialize in Alzheimer's and dementia, so we have a whole set of codes that we have to follow for fire safety, elopement risk. Very similar to what I'm recommending doing in the home, putting locks on the windows. Our windows only open so many inches.
So you can't squeeze out?
Yeah, secured alarm or secured doors, so we put alarms on each exit door. And of course, we remove any type of, we don't have rugs lying around or anything like that. That's a potential fall risk.
And yours is one floor, so it's not really.
Yeah, it's all, there's no
Stairs are not the
stairs that they
problem.
would ever have to go up or down.
Okay, well, it's a difficult task for anyone dealing with a family member or a friend who has the problem, but apparently Sycamore Village would be a good place to deal with it.
Yeah,
Thanks very much, Natalie.
thank you.
Our guest, Natalie McFarland from Sycamore Village. Oh, by the way, let's go. I wanted to mention this before we quit, Natalie. You have a seminar coming up in the end of April.
I do, April 26th, and I'm presenting, it's on safety and Alzheimer's, so I'll also address driving. I know that's a big issue for a lot of people.
For more information, contact Sycamore Village, Natalie McFarland.